Hello everybody, this is Hammer Striker here. Today I've got the Zero Tolerance 350 TS. TS stands for Tiger Stripe. The 350 series is actually several different variations of knives. This particular one has the Tiger Stripe finish. It's also available in black and silver. And you can also get a serrated version where the beginning part of the blade is serrated. I tend to not like those. I don't find that as useful, and it tends to get in the way of using the knife, at least the way I like to use one. So I like the smooth blades. It's a nice looking knife. It's well balanced. It's a little heavier than some other knives. It's 6.2 ounces, but it's not ridiculous. Everything internally is all stainless steel, and it has G10 basically grip panels. And those panels come in various different colors, because with G10 you can do pretty much anything you want. There's some that are blue, some that are green, some that look like wood. This one is the black version. The clip can be reversed. It can be put on the other side in both orientations. So you can carry this tip up, tip down, whichever way you want, left hand, right hand. I tend to like to carry my knife on the left side, but everybody has different opinions on how they want to carry. I haven't carried this one much. It's a little bit bigger than what I would typically carry, but for the time I did carry it, it was comfortable and it fit well. All the edges are smooth, so you go stick your hand in your pocket, you're not catching it, snagging on anything. It's a liner lock, so you push the liner aside and it closes. One thing I look for in a knife like this is that the tip of the blade, as far as I'm concerned, needs to go well down within the liner, so that if I run my hand across it, say I reach in my pocket and I run my hand across it, I don't catch the tip. I've had a couple different knives that I liked that were actually really cool, but they sat kind of like this, and I'd catch my finger a couple times on the blade. So when you're looking for knives, one of the things you want to look for is all the pointy stuff needs to be covered, because when it's in your pocket, you're going to reach in there to grab keys or whatever. You don't want to be snagging yourself. It does have serrations at various points that are going to give you enough grip to hold it and operate it the way you need to. Nothing is sharp. It has two operations that you can open. They call it a assisted knife, and you can use the flipper that I just used, or you can use the thumb studs. I tend to be a little bit better with the flipper. You see I kind of flipped up the thumb stud. It takes a little practice to get with the thumb studs, and I tend to be a little bit better with the flippers, so I practice more with that. And with the flipper you get very quick, reliable opening, and you have to close it manually. So once it's open, it stays open and it's locked open. It's an easy to use knife. It's a comfortable knife to use. There's a hook here that kind of acts as a finger stop, so you'd have to really not be paying attention to get past the stop and get your finger out into the business end of it. There is texture here that allows you to lock your thumb in place. You could reach out and put your thumb into the curve of the top of the blade. Some people will do that. I prefer to stay on the body of the handle. And it's got a contour for your finger to come up into, along with the tang there, to give you a really good solid grip on it. It's a comfortable knife to hold. It's an easy knife to hold. And if you're using it where you're putting some pressure on it or in some sort of a confrontation, it's going to stay in your hand. It's not an inexpensive knife. The series goes between $200 and $300. So it's a little bit on the higher end of a lot of carry knives. Obviously, yes, knives will go way higher than that. But interestingly enough, for the price point, it uses CPM S30V steel, which prior to the M390 coming out was kind of considered the pinnacle of steels. And it's a very durable, corrosion resistant, it holds its edge, so it's overall a very good steel. And the blade is identical on both sides, other than if I flip it around this way, you have some manufacturer information. And this is the Ken Onion design version of it, which various manufacturers will often work with different other people and kind of come up with custom bespoke knives. It's even to the point where this one is actually serial numbered. A lot of the knives I have are not. It's a really nice knife. The dimensions of this particular model, and depending on which blade you get, the dimensions may vary, but it's 7.625 inches long in the open state like you see it here, and closed it's 4.6 inches. So it's really, lengthwise, it's short enough to not really bite into you when you sit down and be hitting the surface you're sitting on. It's just a little thicker. It's a little bit fatter. So it will take up a little more real estate in your pocket, and it'd be more likely to move about, and let's say when you're reaching in there, have your hand get under it or something like that. So it may be a little more cumbersome in your pocket than some of the streamlined ones, like some of the Benchmade, really the OTFs. But overall, it's a decent size. One thing is, now that I've got a kind of a decent sized knife with a tiger stripe pattern, maybe I need to get a tiger stripe Desert Eagle to match it. But I like this knife, and Zero Tolerance is known for making quality knives. So if you're looking for a knife and you're looking for a flipper style or thumb stud style, and you don't mind it being a little bit on the bigger side, this is actually a lot of bang for the buck. At the price point it's at, with the steel it uses and the other features, it's a pretty good quality knife. Beyond that, if you like our videos, please give us a thumbs up, share, subscribe, click that bell to be notified. Check us out on Facebook, Patreon, Instagram, Twitter, Getter, Rumble, pretty much everywhere. And thank you.